In a village nestled between gentle hills and a wide, calm river, Nnamdi was a name on everyone's lips. Known for his wealth, he was also envied for his fine, tall physique, inherited lands, and stately home. As he reached his mid-30s, however, whispers filled the village about why he hadn't married. Men his age already had families, and the village elders often nudged him toward choosing a bride, especially at gatherings where family and tradition were celebrated. After years of evading the topic, Nnamdi surprised everyone by agreeing to marry a beautiful young woman named Chika. She came from a good family, respected for their honesty and humility. Chika, admired for her grace and kindness, was the ideal bride for any man. The village was thrilled, and the elders nodded approvingly. Nnamdi's union with Chika was viewed as the long-awaited answer to both his happiness and the villagers' curiosity. The wedding was a grand affair, and people traveled from neighboring villages to celebrate. Drums beat through the night, filling the village with festive songs and laughter. Chika's mother tearfully bade her daughter farewell, blessing her union and praying for her to be the mother of many children. Nnamdi held his new wife's hand as they accepted the well wishes of their families, but Chika noticed the coolness in his grip, a slight stiffness in his smile that unsettled her. With the wedding over, everyone looked forward to the arrival of Nnamdi and Chika's children. In a village bound by tradition, childbirth was not only a sign of personal fulfillment but also a symbol of continuity for the community. Families had many children, and expectations were no different for Chika. However, months passed, and her belly showed no signs of change. Villagers began to murmur. First, it was curious glances, then low whispers behind her back. When Chika went to the market, women exchanged knowing looks, some audibly sighing in her presence. They remarked about how unusual it was for a young bride to remain childless for so long. The words stung Chika, though she tried to dismiss them. At night, she sat by the window, wondering what went wrong. Nnamdi seemed distant, always finding excuses to avoid their marital bed. She pleaded with him softly, explaining how the villagers watched her every move, expecting signs of pregnancy. Nnamdi, however, skillfully dodged her request with vague promises, telling her that she simply needed to be patient. In time, her pleas turned to frustration. Nnamdi, they whisper about me as though I am cursed. I can't bear their looks anymore. Do I not deserve to be a mother? She said, her voice heavy with sadness. But Nnamdi's face remained a mask, betraying nothing. He simply muttered words of comfort and assured her that things would change. However, behind closed doors, he lived with a secret he could share with no one. Unknown to Chika, Nnamdi had never been interested in women. From a young age, he felt an attraction he could neither understand nor reveal. As he grew older, he realized that his heart was drawn to other men, a feeling forbidden in their traditional society. Unable to imagine a future where he lived openly, he chose silence and buried his desires in secrecy. For years, he remained unmarried, watching as his friends and peers married and built families. Though some villagers whispered that he was simply too focused on his business, others felt there was something peculiar about his solitude. In an effort to quiet these suspicions, he eventually agreed to marry Chika. He saw it as a means to maintain his standing in the village and to satisfy the elders' expectations, but it was a decision that weighed heavily on him. Months passed, and Chika's patience wore thin. One evening, after returning from a particularly awkward day at the market, she confronted Nnamdi in their dimly lit living room. The low flicker of the lantern cast long shadows, adding a weight to her words. "Nnamdi, why will you not come to me?" she demanded, her voice trembling with a mixture of anger and hurt. "Am I not worthy of your love? Have I not been a good wife to you?" Nnamdi shifted uncomfortably, avoiding her gaze. He felt the walls of his carefully constructed life closing in. When Chika pressed further, he finally snapped, his voice breaking as he struggled to control his emotions. "Chika, you do not understand," he began, his words barely audible. This marriage was never meant to be what you think. I care for you, but not as a man should for his wife. My heart, it does not belong to you or any woman." The words hung in the air, heavy and raw. Chika's eyes widened in shock, her mind racing to make sense of what she had just heard. "What are you saying, Nnamdi?" she whispered, though she dreaded the answer. After a long pause, Nnamdi took a deep breath, his eyes filled with a sorrow she had never seen before. "I am drawn to men, Chika. I married you only because the village demanded it, because I could not bear the constant questions. But my love, my true love is elsewhere." Chika felt as if the ground had opened up beneath her. She had heard tales of forbidden love, but never had she imagined that it would be her own husband. The betrayal was too great to bear, and she slumped into a chair, stunned and speechless. Seeing her devastation, Nnamdi knelt beside her, pleading, "Please, Chika, do not leave me. Stay with me, if only as a friend. I cannot face this life alone." That night, Chika lay awake, her mind a storm of thoughts. She felt betrayed, but also trapped, knowing that to leave Nnamdi would mean exposing both him and herself to the judgment of the village. But as dawn approached, a clarity settled over her heart. She could not live a lie. Her own happiness and dignity were worth more than maintaining the facade of a marriage. The next morning, she quietly packed her belongings and returned to her family's home. Her mother and father were shocked by her sudden arrival, but they sensed the heaviness in her heart. When she finally explained the truth, they were at first speechless, then indignant. Her father, a proud and protective man, insisted that Nnamdi's deception was an insult to their family. "I will not have my daughter chained to a lie," her father declared. He immediately sent word to Nnamdi, demanding he come to retrieve the bride price he had paid. When Nnamdi arrived, he looked at Chika's family with pleading eyes, but they would not relent. Her father returned the bride price and publicly declared that their daughter would not live in a marriage based on deception. News of the separation quickly spread through the village, and tongues wagged even more fervently than before. Some sympathized with Chika, admiring her courage to leave, while others were scandalized by Nnamdi's truth. For some time, Nnamdi became a recluse, barely showing his face in the village, haunted by the broken trust and the courage it took for Chika to choose her dignity over his plea. Chika eventually rebuilt her life, though the experience left her wary of the village's scrutiny. She became a symbol of resilience, a woman who chose truth over pretense, a life lived honestly rather than behind a mask. In time, the villagers spoke of Nnamdi's hidden truth as a lesson. His life became a cautionary tale about the weight of societal expectations and the dangers of hiding one's true self. Though the story faded with the passing seasons, it left behind a legacy, reminding the villagers of the importance of living authentically, even when faced with judgment or rejection.